River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Dan here along with James. James, say hello.
What's up, Niner Nation? Everybody, the betting world. It's Jimmy B's and Indiana Dan's money line parlay of the week. We still haven't hit. The Niners.
That's your phone telling you we need to stop.
The Niners and the Eagles basically just, I don't know, they crapped the bed. The Falcons let us down. I don't know what else to tell you.
It's hard to pick seven. It
is hard to pick seven.
It's going to pay off, though.
It's going to pay off one of these times. So anyway, we have come up with a very interesting parlay because we have road teams winning this week. That's right, road teams. There we
go.
Other than the Buccaneers are at home. So we are taking them over the Falcons. Desmond Ridder is 0-4 outside of Atlanta. So we are just going to keep rolling with that. We're just going to keep rolling with that and bet on that. So we think the Buccaneers are going to bounce back from the loss against the Lions and take out the Falcons to continue to try to be on top of that NFC South. So I have no reason to think that the Buccaneers can just beat the Falcons in this situation. I know it's a division game, and these are always also weird, but I'm betting on that Desmond Ridder can't win away from home. He's going against the Todd Bowles defense. Young quarterbacks against Todd Bowles defenses really don't do that well. So I think the Buccaneers are going to easily win this game.
I'm going to concur with this one too. This was not a hard sell for me. The Baker Mayfield is better than Desmond Ridder. He's got better weapons than Desmond Ridder. Ridder, like you said, is bad on the road, and he's going against a actually good defensive coordinator, head coach. I'm not saying he's a good head coach, but he does know defenses, and he will have a lot of fun picking on a guy who's in his first full year of starting. So yeah, I don't know. The Falcons are weird. Sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't, and I'm going to agree with you. I don't think they're going to look good in Tampa.
Yeah, I just, like I said, Desmond Ridder on the road has not looked good in his 4 starts on the road. So yeah, I'm with Dan on this one. Buccaneers all day, every day, this Sunday. So next we have the upset specialist, Cleveland Browns, who upset the 49ers in week 6. We're picking them to beat the Colts. The Colts look like Anthony Richardson is not going to finish the season. Last I heard.
Yeah, he might get season-ending
shoulder surgery. Yeah. So meaning that Gardner Minshew is going to be at the head of the Colts offense. So against that Cleveland Browns defense, do we really think that they're going to win? I mean, yeah, the Browns are coming off a big win off the Niners, but I see Jim Schwartz is having a good plan to beat the Colts. So we just like that matchup. Browns at the Colts, Cleveland's defense versus Gardner Minshew and Shane Steichen's offense.
Walker is going to be on the road, so that'll be different for him. The Colts crowd does get pretty loud, but no, it's really it's going to be a tale of the Browns defense is going to really, really, really be a tough hill to climb for the Indy offense and Gardner Minshew. And Walker's not going against as tough a defense in Indianapolis as as he did against San Francisco. So it's not going to be a 45 quarterback rating and 2-pick game. He's going to have a better game against Indianapolis than he did against San Francisco. It should be a comfortable Cleveland win.
Yeah, I think so too. Next, we have the Packers over the Broncos. We just know the Broncos are bad. They're probably tanking by now. We've heard rumors that they're They're trading, everybody on their roster is up for trade. So they're in fire sale mode. They are in tank mode. I don't see them beating the Packers, even though they're at home.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur is not gonna let them lose this game. It was embarrassing what happened against Vegas. Being on the road again. Yeah, you're in Denver. It's not an easy environment to win in, but no, Russell Wilson's just bad. That offense, I saw an interesting stat that they start off really good, but then they just tailspin. And that defense is just terrible. I'm taking what they did against Kansas City with a grain of salt because Kansas City's not regularly dropping 30 points or 40 burgers on people, and it's a division game. So no, I think Jordan Love is going to get a nice bounce back game against Denver's terrible defense, and it should be a get right game for Green Bay.
Yeah, should be. I mean, like I said, Denver's in fire sale mode, and I think they're going to try to get the number 1 pick and try to get Caleb Williams and just groom him maybe a couple of years under Russell Wilson, or if Russell Wilson, who knows what's going to happen with Russell Wilson at the end of the season. Like,
they're willing to pay money. They're paying us to keep Randy Gregory. So
yeah, I guess. So yeah, who knows? But next up, we have our big upset of the week, a plus 130 upset. We have the Steelers over the Rams. Now, Dan wanted to take the Rams, but I said if we're going to pick this game, I really like the Steelers, and here's why. The Steelers are coming off a bye. They're playing in LA. Steelers fans are a good traveling fan base, so I expect it to be a home crowd for the Steelers against the Rams.
You don't even have to be that well traveled of a fan base to get home field advantage in LA, just because LA has that little fans.
Exactly. It's very rare that the Rams have a home crowd on their side. And Steelers are pretty much, when it comes to traveling, they're some of the best fans to travel. And so they're going to have home field advantage against the Rams. They're coming off a bye. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this Rams defense and come up with an offense and prepare for the Rams offense as well. So yeah, I look for them to beat the Rams in this game.
My only apprehension before going with the Steelers was Matt Canada is a terrible offensive play caller. He is objectively the worst offensive play caller in the league right now. There's a Steeler YouTuber that I follow that really put into perspective how awful Matt Canada is. But that said, I was a little worried too about the passing attack now that Cooper Kupp's back, because that's a 3-headed monster of a passing attack if I've ever seen one, between Van Jefferson, Puka Nacua, and Cooper Kupp. That's a pick your poison. But the Steelers do still have a very, very good defense. Their defense still is very, very tough. So really, the bye week, you reminding me that they had a bye week, was kind of what tipped me over, because the Rams defense is overrated. Not just because we beat them. Like that Rams defense is overrated. And no, I think if any of these games are going to be an upset of the whole week, the Steelers being an upset wouldn't surprise me, because Mike Tomlin's a very tough coach. There's a reason he always is at 500 or better, and this could be one of those upsets. You sold me on it.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, we had a very tough slate of picks this week. It was not easy trying to figure out who was going to win and who's going to lose this week. There were very few games where you could look at and say, yeah, that's a win. Yeah, that's a win. And even when we're talking about us and Dan, we're always convinced that that's going to be a win, and we ultimately get surprised. And
not this week.
Yeah. So that being said, Steelers money line, that's what we're going with. And next we have probably the easiest pick of the week. Niners over Vikings. Basically, Kirk Cousins in primetime won. Niners coming off a bad road loss against the Browns. They're going to be looking to bounce back. They get an extra day to prepare as well because this is a Monday night game. So look for the 49ers to handle the Minnesota Vikings like they're a high school team.
Justin Jefferson's on IR too. So add that on top of Kirk Cousins in prime time. And yeah, we're going to want this really, really bad. As much as the Vikings probably want to still convince themselves that their season's salvageable. Like, I don't know.
They nearly lost to the Bears last week with a backup quarterback in.
Yeah. I know this sets up to be a trap game like Cleveland was, like, because really at the end of the day, Cleveland did end up being a trap game, even though we literally could, if that kick of Moody's went 1 foot over to the left, we would have won, and this would have been a whole different conversation. I don't see. I don't know. It will be a really interesting. It will be a really interesting week of episodes if we do end up choking against Minnesota. But I genuinely have no reason to think we can't handle them.
Oh yeah. Well, what usually happens after a trap game, that team comes out and kicks the crap out of the team that they're playing. And I mean, the 49ers couldn't have asked for a better softball than to have the Minnesota Vikings on Monday night.
Oh yeah, even at Minnesota, yeah, that roster is just really not good.
Without Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins at quarterback. I mean, yeah, Vikings won in Chicago, but that was because Justin Fields was out half the game due to a sprained right thumb, I think it was. He got
dislocated throwing thumb.
Yeah, dislocated throwing thumb. That's why he couldn't enter the game. If that hadn't happened, the Vikings would have lost that game because even the backup quarterback was able to make it a game and lead them to a touchdown against that defense. So yeah, the Vikings were lucky that they won this week. So I have no doubts that the 49ers, coming off a bad loss to the Cleveland Browns, aren't going to come back and just crush the Vikings. Like they're going to, we talked about in Wednesday's episode, like who's atop of the NFC. I think the 49ers are going to make their case this week on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it should be a nice bounce back game for us. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with this pick. I can understand somebody saying, "Oh, it might be another trap." I don't know.
No, we're not going
to lose two in a row.
There's no two trap games in a row. It's only one trap game. There's no two trap games in a row. Like a trap game is when they're coming in and, they're, undefeated and they look like they're going to have an easy win and then boom, that's it. So now that the 49ers have been brought down to earth and know that they can get beat by, a bad team, essentially is what the Browns are. Now they're like, okay, well, we can't just walk in to a game and, win it. That's probably the attitude they had. They probably had the attitude like we can just show up in Cleveland and we don't have to do anything else. We just show up and we'll win that game. And they got brought back down the earth because you can't do that in the NFL. You can't just show up and win a game. If you think that you can just show up and win a game, that's when you lose. And that's what the 49ers showed. So
especially against the defensive coordinator that has beaten you 9 of the last 10 times.
Exactly. So the 49ers started smelling themselves. They don't smell anymore. They're not smelling themselves anymore. So I think they'll handle the Vikings pretty well. And it won't be even a contest. I would even say take the over or take 49ers to cover in that game. But we don't bet on that. We don't bet on points, but yeah.
Yeah.
So next up we have Commanders at Giants. It should be well known that the Giants suck by this time. They suck at home.
This will be a game I am not going to watch, by the way. I have no desire to watch this game, but I'm very comfortable with this pick that we made.
Well, let me see. We got how many? We got 4 1:00 games, 2 4:00 games, and a Monday night game. And we still have not made it out of our 1:00 games to look forward to the next game. So, I mean, we got 4 coming out. I think the Commanders, still, they look good against the Falcons on the road. This is the Giants on the road. Yes, this is a division game, but I think the Commanders won't take them lightly because it's a division game and will come in there and be like let's handle the Giants. And so the Giants are just a really bad team with a really bad offense, especially at home. They're like inept at home, it seems like. So
what was it? I swear it was like after the No, I can't remember what game.
they were out like at one point
They were outscored like 70-3 in 2 games at home or something like that.
It was insane. So I just I don't think the Giants are looking to salvage their seasons anymore. And they're another team that's going to be just looking to maybe obtain one of those top picks so that they can get out of the Danny Derps era.
Danny Derps is probably my favorite nickname in the league. That's so. Danny Dimes cool when he was playing good, but no, Danny Derps. That's just a great nickname. They really just should just. I didn't watch the highlights, so I don't know. Like, I only have so much time. Like, I don't watch all the highlights, but I would need somebody to make a PowerPoint presentation to explain to me why Tyrod Taylor shouldn't start the rest of the season when Dan's neck injury is healed. Like, what on earth? Why is Tyrod Taylor still in the league if he is not outplaying Danny Dimes? I
know.
That blows my mind. I can't imagine any reason that they would actually put him in over Tyrod Taylor the rest of the way. The way the season's gone, just save him. Just don't let him get hurt anymore. He was taking up until he got benched this past weekend. What? He took like freaking like 40, almost 50 sacks. Like, good God, dude. Like, just save the injury settlement you'd have to pay him. Like, God. Like, my God, just save his longevity and his health.
Yeah, it's not good in New York. Like,
no, that offensive line is god awful.
It's god awful. The defense really isn't that good either. Like,
it doesn't help that they're out on the field the whole damn game. Like,
yeah, and it also helps that they have like zero talent on that defense as well. The reason why
they got Thibodeau and that's it. Or Leonard Williams too. No disrespect to Leonard Williams, but
yeah, I mean, but the thing about it is they were
Dexter Lawrence. I'm sorry, I get all the names
Dexter Lawrence, but like they were just. I mean, they have no talent on defense. They have Saquon Barkley is still out, right? He's still out, right?
I think he might play against the Commanders. Last I saw, he might play against them. But yeah, he's got an ankle sprain.
Yeah, you got. I just don't see the Giants being competitive in this game, and I think the Commanders, will come on. I mean, the Commanders.
There's no reason the Commanders should lose this game. There's no reason.
I mean, the Commanders just took Desmond Ritter's undefeated home record and said, "Boop, we're gonna throw that out the window." Desmond Ridder. Undefeated at home. Sorry, we're going to knock them off. And so
no, the Commanders aren't going to make the playoffs this year by any stretch, but they have too many talented players on their team right now to not be able to handle the Commanders. To handle the Giants. I'm sorry. There's no reason for them to lose this game.
Yeah, for sure. So next up, we have another division game, 1 p.m. Bills at Patriots.
God, poor Pats fans this year. Poor Pats. God,
listen, I'm not crying over a Pats fans' bad season. No,
I don't. No. I'm not genuinely feeling bad for them. But
go cry into your 6 championships, okay? I'm not gonna feel sorry for you that you're having a bad season with.
Oh, dude, this isn't just a bad season now. Oh my God, the way they've been losing the last 3 weeks. Holy crap! It's like Giants level bad.
Yeah, I'm not sad for Patriots fans. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm not either. I'm just in sentiment, like, oh my God, like, jeez Louise. I'm sad we lost to the Browns, but good God, at least I'm not a Pats fan this year. Oh my, just how bad their year is going.
Yeah, and I mean, you're looking at a very bad team. I mean, could this be the year that Kraft finally walks away from Bill? Like, it's almost.
I'd have to see it to believe it. I will never take. I won't take that bet like this early. I'm not going to take that bet this early. My Patriots friend thinks it could happen the way it's going, like literally just full on nuke this year. I just
Yeah.
personally would have to see it to believe it, just because of the history we've lived through. But I mean, he's getting up there in age, and I mean, this season's gone so bad, and he's already got the 6 rings. I mean, anything could happen. Tom Brady finally traded and got retired. Like, anything could happen. This season is going that bad for the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't see I don't see it happening against the Bills here, a turnaround. The Bills, the Bills are a far better team than the Patriots, and yeah, it's a division game, but I don't know. I mean, we're picking the roads this week. We're picking the roads. So
Buffalo should handle the Patriots better than they handled the Giants. I can't see them only scoring 19 points against the Patriots. This is a team that they want to wallop. This is a team that they have history with that has tended to be the Patriots kicking the crap out of them. They circled this game because they want to stick it to Bill Belichick again. You can't convince me otherwise that they're not going to go into this game like super excited in New England, and they want to stick it to Bill while they know he's down. They definitely want to kick him while he's down, so to say.
yeah, I think so too. I just, the Bills. I mean, when Tom Brady was playing for the Patriots, he beat the Bills. I think he was undefeated against the Bills at home. Like it was something crazy like that. Like he just, it was like, do you remember the last time the Bills beat Tom Brady in New England? And you'd be like, no, and that's because it didn't happen. It never happened. Like so yeah. It was. So I think the Bills are going to come around and say, well, we sucked against you in your place for 12, 13, 14 years. We're going to come back and we're just going to beat you down for the next 10 years in your home stadium. That's how I see it. I think they're bitter about the fact that they couldn't beat Tom Brady in New England. And they're like, now that you don't have the, we quote GOAT in here with Tom Brady. So now that you don't have the GOAT, yeah, I think the Bills are just going to take advantage of the fact that the Patriots are down and out.
I think a lot of those Bills players are still remembering that playoff game where all 7 possessions resulted. I think all 7 were touchdowns, if not 6 of 7 were touchdowns, and the other was a field goal. Like that. Remember that complete beatdown that they gave them in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I think a lot of players still think of that, and the tables have turned. Big brother is Buffalo now, and yeah, I feel like if I called my friend, he would think the same thing. I think my friend has just given up and thinking that they're going to lose out the rest of the season. And
that's the thing. You're not old enough. You're not old enough to remember when the Patriots were vying for the number 1 pick every single year. Like
Nope, I do not. All I remember is Tom Brady. Like I don't know the Patriots before Tom Brady.
Yes. Pete Carroll was a coach in New England and couldn't win in New England. Like before Bill Belichick got there, Pete Carroll was there. Was
he chewing bubblegum on the sideline like he is still now?
I don't remember that, but before that, they had gone to 2 Super Bowls. Okay. They had 2 good seasons since the inception of their franchise.
One of them was losing to the 85 Bears, I remember.
They got destroyed by the 85 Bears, and then they got beat. It wasn't a handily game, but they got beat pretty soundly for the most part to Brett Favre's first Super Bowl and only Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So was
that Bledsoe?
That was Drew Bledsoe and Bill Parcells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's even a funny deal too. Like like that history, but we don't have time to go back into the Patriots Jets history with Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick and how all that went down, because you probably don't remember that either.
No.
Like, I'll have to tell you one day, maybe when you come for the Jacksonville game, I'll go over the history of Bill Belichick to the Patriots and, you know, Bill Parcells to the Jets. And oh man, was that a circus?
That was literally just outside, like, if it's pre-2000, yeah, basically like pre-2000, or hell, even like probably pre-2003, 4. Like,
How old's your Patriots fan?
oh, he's older than me. He's not that much older than me. I think he's 35, maybe.
He may know the history of it because he's a Patriots fan.
He's diehard. I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would know the history, regardless if he lived it.
Yeah, he might know the history of that. But anyway, we can't get into it. That's Jimmy B's and Indiana Dan's money line parlay of the week. $400 if we hit, like
410. Yep.
Yeah. So we're looking. Bet responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem.
Yes. Also legal disclaimer. This is for all legal intents and purposes my bet because I live in Indiana. So, and odds are based on Draftkings on October 16th at 9:00. Anyway,
yeah.
So with that, we got to thank our show sponsor, RoyalRetros.com. What's RoyalRetros.com? It's your go-to place to get an authentic throwback jersey. They cover all the major sports: basketball, baseball, football. Get a jersey to stand out in the crowd or to celebrate a different era of your team. They will hook you up again at RoyalRetros.com, and we are hooking you up with a 10% off discount code Shady Sports. Use that when you check out, and again, it's 10% off your entire order. Niners fans, especially, you want to go there right now and check out their candlestick collection. They got a lot of really cool designs on there. Again, it's RoyalRetros.com, and use the promo code Shady Sports in checkout to get 10% off of your order at RoyalRetros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. James?
Okay, guys, if you follow the show, have been following the show, new to the show, we have taken up a mantle. Recently in the news, the Houston Texans owner was charged with some very serious sexual crimes in Kentucky. Now, the NFL knew about it for 3 months and failed to even mention it to the public, even though it's a public concern, and basically it sat on it until an independent reporting agency got a hold of the story and reported it. We all know if that was a player, the NFL would have been reporting on it the very next day. And you can just look at the NFL, basically, even with their fines, they basically tell everybody who gets fined every single week. So player standards are not inept to owner standards. So owner standards are less than player standards. # owner accountability. Guys, just so you know, we put our money where our mouth is. We are selling t-shirts for charity. Right now, you can get this statement: owner standards are less than player standards, # owner accountability. If you want to make a statement, if you are on our side and you want to let the world know, $22.99 gets you this t-shirt, all different colors, and we have it in different styles at different prices, but all different sizes as well. Our next t-shirt is the owner standoff shirt. This is Dan Snyder in the middle of an owner standoff. We brought this for our last charity drive. We brought it back again. $22.99 gets you that in a tee, or you can pay more for a pullover hoodie or a crew neck sweatshirt, and all different sizes as well. Our next one is the podcast logo art. You'll find this on Spotify. You'll find this on Apple Podcasts. Anywhere where you watch or listen to us, this is our logo. You can have it on a t-shirt for $22.99 or have it on other things as well. All different sizes for that, going up to 4XL. The next one that we have is our alternate logo. I have this shirt, very nice quality. The Niner Nuts alternate logo with just the black lettering, the field goal, and the nuts. $22.99 gets you that in a premium tee, or you can get it in other styles, and we have all different colors, all different sizes of that as well. And then finally, we have the official Niner Nuts mascot. How can you say no to a peanut eating peanuts while sitting on the couch watching and cheering for San Francisco 49ers? $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt. We have that in different styles, different sizes, up to 4XL. Guys, donate to charity today and get a cool t-shirt. All the proceeds go to charity. We do not take a dime.
I'm just laughing because of the way you said "and the nuts." Something about the way you said "and the nuts" made me giggle because I'm. Yeah, all the money we want to give the money to somebody to help change their life. Because as much as we know the football community does for good, we want to hold the owners accountable. We just want to stand up to that hypocrisy. And I guess our little part of doing that is getting you some cool shirts and giving it back. We don't want any money from the shirts. We'll take money other ways, but but with the shirts, no, we want these to be charitable, and we want to do our part in giving back that way. So yeah, go check out the shirts. They are really nice.
Yeah, and we are recording on Monday, and yes, the NLCS is going on as we record. I just thought, Dan, you should know your boy Nick Castellanos has now had his 5th homer in 3 playoff games. His last 3 playoff games, he's had 5 home runs. So he is just tearing up the playoffs, and the Phillies are up. Go Phillies.
I love it. My only bit of news, I got an injury update, but not for Christian McCaffrey, but this one is definitely worth reading. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, has told ESPN that Richardson is, quote, probably done and leaning towards that season-ending shoulder surgery. So not technically official, but Jim Irsay saying it. I mean, that's, of all the crazy stuff that he says, I mean, this one at least at face value seems like, yeah, it seems like Anthony Richardson is going to be out the rest of the year, and it'll be the Minshew Mania show for the rest of the year for the Colts, which would be pretty unfortunate. But man, hopefully this is a lesson. Maybe you need to protect this top 5 quarterback this time instead of just letting him hurt himself like Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no update on Christian McCaffrey either. And because I almost forgot it each time, I'll say it now. In 4 days, I can't count, 4 days, 3 days, whatever. Monday Night Football. We're not playing on Sunday this week, 49er fans. We are on Monday Night Football with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, under the lights, going against Kirk Cousins in the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. But yeah, Monday Night Football. Because I almost forgot it the last 2 episodes. Catch our game on Monday at 8:30 instead of on Sunday.
That's it, guys. That's all we have for you this week. Outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Or actually Wednesday. Yeah, no, our schedule's getting pushed a little bit because of the game. But yeah, beat the Vikings. We'll see you next week.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you're winding.